welcome everyone to early for me stream. It's not nighttime outside. Oh wait, my door's not closed. One moment. Okay, and we're back to it. So today, I actually did Steam on my new laptop so I could play some of the games I have in my library. And I realized I have not actually opened today's game, which is going to be Solstice, which is a visual novel. So, let's get right on into it. New game. It must have been. Only that damn caravan driver actually did what he was paid for. I have to turn around, you know. I have a wife, you know. Where I come from, his wife would be ashamed, you know. And the Chancellor, I wonder when she last did any actual field work. I bet she's lounging in that big warm chair of hers right now. A thick warm carpet. Well, odds, it is freezing, but I can't give up now. Human eyes and our reputation are at stake. Besides, it should be right across this valley. Wait, there it is. The Jewel of the North. It's beautiful. I could have stared at the schematics all I want. I still wouldn't have been able to imagine this. That dome doesn't look familiar though. The others must have added it. No matter, I can't just stand here and stare. These pipes must be part of the system. They're so warm. Maybe I could take a short break before I continue. Just for a brief moment. Ooh, a new character. But before I continue that, just gonna double check that you guys can hear me properly. Ooh, a new character. But before I continue that, just gonna double check that you guys can hear me properly. Okay, yeah, bit echoey, but that's what happens when you don't have a mic and you're using a computer mic. Oh well. His name's Gallion. Huh? I'm pretty sure I heard someone. But maybe it's time to wake up. You're almost there. Nana... Yeah? Huh, I don't know how that's pronounced properly. Is that you? Am I dreaming? I love the little, oh, it's a little skull in her hair, that's cute. No, so it would seem. That would explain why I'm not freezing. In your clothes. No offense, Nana, but you're not exactly who I hoped to see. Really now, and who precisely would you have preferred? I'm sorry, it's just, this caravan couldn't go any slower, and the nights are so cold in the north. I hoped to be the driver announcing we arrived at the gates. That was something more entertaining. I'm afraid this is not one of those dreams. That's alright, I'm glad to see you anyway. How are things back home? Ooh. Playing Solstice is a bit like reading a book. However, you're often presented with a choice on what to say or do. Your decisions will shape the story ahead. So this is the game portion that I mentioned. And I personally love visual novels that do this because it's not just a straight story. I can change it to, so I love these. So especially when they're not dates, because those for me can get boring over time. How should I know? I'm a figment of your imagination. Oh, go Nana. So this is just a dream. How annoying, wonderful, sad. Definitely not annoying. Wonderful, sad. Let's go sad. Too bad, I miss everyone already. Don't let your sentiments drag you down, or you will drown in a sea of tears. Oh man, not taking nothing. Caring for others can be a virtuous so long as it doesn't turn you into a victim. Be compassionate if you wish, but do not forget about yourself. Nana's just saying straight facts at this point. She knows everything. I trust Nana. Thanks for the advice, even though it's a bit cryptic. You seem very serious about all this. I'm simply concerned about my favorite pupil. Just remember that some mistakes are not worth making. Weren't you the one who taught me that I shouldn't be afraid to experiment with which route I should choose to follow? Ooh, achievement. Just do what must be done and come back home. Keep your secret safe. They likely sent someone as well. I wonder what that achievement is. Hold on. Let's see, what's that achievement? Pay attention to Galen's mentor. That's what it is. Huh. Now wake up. I love how this looks so pretty. This is so pretty looking. Okay, wake up, Doctor. What have we stopped? Are we there? Almost. The dogs found someone in the snow. She's still breathing. Damn lucky if you ask me. And here I was complaining about an uneventful journey. Let me get my things. Prologue, the arrival. Ooh. 10 days and 10 nights of shivering, of chattering teeth, of freezing my butt off. At long last I had arrived. The city of ice, Jewel in the north, smelled of wet dog sweat and tears. That's not nice. When the gate closed, the city became a winter fortress. No other caravan would arrive for the next 3 months. For better or worse, I'd spent these months with those who didn't leave for winter, with those with reasons to stay through the cold. The loneliness got to me fast. The doctor I placed left 2 weeks before I came. I didn't even have a chance to speak with him. My patient didn't make for good conversation either. She hadn't regained consciousness since we found her in the raging blizzard. Eventually I decided to tour the city to see if the inhabitants were as interesting as I imagined them to be. The caravan pilot was my first choice, a strong, silent type. Not much of a conservative talker, but she had done her job well, so things were in order. Thanks. Get cone. For he brought us here alive, frozen but alive. Who would have thought? I don't know. The other one looked almost dead to me. Huh? Her? Oh, fortune's on her side. She'll be fine. Trust me. I'm a doctor. Thanks, but I'd rather not. I trust no one and I'd be a fool to change that. Oh, and why is that? Trust is a luxury we, living in the north, can't afford. Maybe it's different for you southerners, but I make no exceptions. Trust no one. Not very social of you. A reasonable attitude. Make an exception for me. We're not doing this. We're not doing this. Both of these seem horrible options. Reasonable attitude. And their aunt taught the same thing. Still, aren't you a bit young to have so little faith in others, friend? That's condescending, my dude. To think otherwise would be foolish. Fools don't grow old in this city, friend. Well, this city really is something else. You southerners always do that. When you get uncomfortable, you switch to some big game topic. Still, you're right. This place is special. They have little animations. The utopian garden in the middle of an icy desert. Incredible. I wonder how it's done. Look up. Oh, I had a feeling it had something to do with the huge sparkly dome. What a sight. really interesting. I wonder what went to making it. What in spirits are you doing? Just making some notes on it. It's a habit I picked up during my studies, and done. Storing your case files. You can access them at any time by clicking the scroll icon in the dialog box. So, one thing I didn't mention is if you actually go to the store page for this game, it gives you a little description, which is Solstice is a dystopian mystery. Visual novel about some small personal disasters that turn into great catastrophes. So we're a detective. What how fun is this? How can people appreciate anything if you notice stuffed in your notepads? The real thing is right in front of you. She has a point. I have no idea. I guess that unnerving humming sound comes from the dome too. Ooh, look. Detected from the heart is northern wind by a special dome. It looks like we're going to be having war. Look, everything's hidden. I already love this game. It looks so nice. And I'm a sucker for a good mystery. We get used to it. Everybody does. That's how this place works. It makes you accept things. Really now, is there a story in there you'd like to share with me? We'll spend the next 3 months locked away from the world, seeing the same faces each day. Don't worry, by the time the winter season passes, you'll have put more stories than you can handle. I can handle a lot. Tell me, am I right in thinking you're not originally from here? We're a technological wonder raised in the middle of an icy desert. If there's anyone in the city who's actually from here, it's me. I completely tried to inhabit this land long before this crazy contraption was built. The less said about them, the better. If you miss something, so I can always rewind if I miss something. But I can't go back in my decisions, so that's good to know. Now please leave me alone, I'm busy. Let's actually try that. Okay, so yeah, I can go, so the going back works, I just gotta scroll. Now please, leave me alone. I'm busy. Your con was as cheerful and perky as a sledgehammer. I wonder what meaning her name is in her native tongue. Something tells me it's attitude. Oh no. She was right about one thing though. The girl we found was in really bad shape. Frankly speaking, she was lucky to be alive. But madness made her venture from the icy desert on foot. I had to ask her when she woke up. Luckily for me, the next person I met was in a much better condition. Call me superficial if you'd like. Good morning, officer. Why was I summoned here? Am I being arrested? Immediately goes for the worst possible scenario. Why? Escape a likely to open. That's actually a good idea. Deslot. Oh, it's called what? In a position called the man in uniform. Okay, I'm apologizing now. I cannot say a lot of these words properly. I have a problem with regular U.S. Common spoken English. It's like the correct pronunciation in the U.S. So I have a problem with that, and I've been speaking that since I was like 2. So this is gonna be hell. I'm sorry in advance. I'm gonna go Cassia. Let's go Cassia. Nothing like that. Oh, too bad. So, you're the new doctor. I want to welcome you to our city. My name is Cassia. I'm the chief of the guard. Thank you. Glad to be here. Pardon my boldness, but you look different from the other guards. I've noticed a few on the market, and they had these really fancy uniforms. Those are the private security of the Burchett family, staying behind over 2 winters to protect the precious district. The city guard is a separate entity. That's actually a good idea. Honestly, I couldn't care less about a fancy uniform. Before I got this job, I used to be a sellsword. Freelance saw me simple attire works best. We got new info. Oh, we have person info now as well. So Cassia, the guard captain. Cassia was a mercenary before he became chief of the guard. Actually looking at Yakan, the caravan driver. She originates from tribes that inhabit the northwest Frozen Wasteland. Besides, you don't look like our last doctor either. Wear your white coat. Oh, he wore a white coat. Oh no. Good point. I guess it's not the clothes that make the man. Exactly. In any case, I hope your coming here will prove worthwhile. Oh yes, I'm sure it'll be a huge boost to my career. Oh, that's sarcasm. It might. At the very least, you can spend your contract time analyzing the locals. I'm sure you'll find them odd, eccentric, and generally unstable enough to be of worthy research. Oh no. So everyone's crazy. Who said crazy is bad? Are you sane? Hardly surprising. I don't like any of these options. Oh, I accidentally scrolled past. Not wanted to do that. Okay, so hardly surprising. Let's try and rationalize this. Who said crazy is bad? Not something a doctor, I feel like, should say in the worst possible scenario. But eccentric is fine. But if I'm thinking of the right craziness, it's not good. Are you saying sounds like an insult? Hardly surprising. Well, maybe go with this one. Because if you're trapped with a bunch of people, or it's the same people for 3 months, honestly, they knew with my doormates, so definitely created some new hobbies that weren't practically safe. So, hardly surprising. Circumstances are hard to normal. Take a bunch of healthy people and lock them for 3 months in the middle of an icy desert. What do you think you'll get? Yes, exactly. That's what I was talking about. How should I know? You're the doctor. You tell me. You should never rush a diagnosis. People are more complex than they seem at first glance. I'm gonna stay on this for a few moments. So never rush a diagnosis of someone you don't know. You can self-diagnose it if you feel it's best for you, because getting an actual diagnosis can ruin things for you in some circumstances. But you're not allowed to diagnose someone else. You're not. That's unfair to them. But fear not, as soon as I spot a psychotic killer, I'll inform the authorities. Oh god. I can only hope I won't flip and join the party. About that, remind me to tell you what happened to the previous doctor. This was the previous Dr. Campbell. Anyway, have a good stay in the city and feel free to drop by the guardhouse if you want to chat. Your every decision matters. There's a branch in the corner. The branch icon appears when the current events are a consequence of your earlier choices. It could be different on another playthrough. Okay then. And please don't start any trouble. There are so few of us here. It would be a shame if someone were to spend the entire true winter in jail. Okay, so if there's different branches, if after I finish, I don't know how long, I actually don't remember how long this game is. But if after I finish, it does not show me like the branching paths I could have taken, I'll be slightly disappointed. But depending on how this goes, I will probably replay it. Ouch, no worries, Captain. I'll keep my troublemaking nature at bay. Glad to hear it. See you around. I already had a good feeling about Kaisa. I've always forgotten how I say it. I'm gonna call him K. Because otherwise we're gonna be going from different ways of how to pronounce this poor man's name. I'd always felt uniforms and a sense of humor were the perfect combination. Maybe being stuck in this place for 3 months wouldn't be as boring as I thought. My next destination was the local bathhouse. I didn't have time to daydream in the tubs, but couldn't resist at least dropping by and saying hello. The hostess, as it turned out, was even more friendly than the guard. Oh, she's pretty. Constance? Good day, traveler. Allow me to welcome you to our city and to my bathhouse. Thank you. Please don't be offended by my questions, but how come people were so eager to have a look at me on my way here? They are watching from their windows. This is a big city. They may tourist attraction of some sort, an oddity, or is there something on my face? I can say with absolute confidence that there is nothing wrong with your appearance. It is very pleasing to the eye. And being in charge of the bathhouse, I have plenty of physical specimens for comparison. Oh, she does not mince words at all. So you see people from makeup or clothes, that must be revealing. Oh no. A little too revealing at times. I have always considered myself a bit of an expert on well-being and beauty. I know how to help people's true inner beauty shine. But there are moments where I see that some things are hidden for a reason, and it should probably stay that way for the benefit of us all. Trail stamps. So I'm exceptionally handsome, and that's why people stare at me. Is that what you're saying? It isn't just that. The weather will cut this day off from the war for 3 months. Aren't you curious about the people you'll be stranded with? They're just as curious about you, especially as the few stay for the dead season, and since you look so alluring. What info do we got? She's the city sophisticated, overly seductive expert on beauty and well-being. I could have told you that. Seems reasonable to me, and you're right, I am curious. So what do I do now? Find my own window to observe people from? I'd be glad to formally introduce you to everyone here if you'd like. I love kissing, knowing how I prefer personal to formal. I love kissing. It sounds very funny. Knowing how that's rude, I prefer personal to formal. Kissing or formal? Gonna go personal to formal. I prefer to be freely with people without hiding behind archaic rules. You should come to the bathhouse more often then. This is a place where people relax and speak their minds. If that's the case, I'll definitely be back. I should start saving before every choice, actually, now that I think about it. I was beginning to think people were chatty and warm here in the north. Back in the Isles, we partied whenever there was a newcomer, because it was the polite thing to do, yes, but mostly because parties are fun. Some parties are very much fun. Constance seemed like a woman who used to a more sophisticated type of entertainment, though. I must admit, her perfume smelled amazing. I started to wonder, what did folks in the city do when they wanted to have fun? I guess watching a dome could be an entertaining, if nauseating pastime. And they were always talking to other people. At least that's what I thought until I met Sem, not the most social fellow. He was also a dog person. Please tell me he has a dog head. Please tell me he has a dog head. No! But there's a husky in the background! So these are the kennels? I don't really know what I was expecting. Oh no. Oh no. So, I'm the new doctor. I just arrived and I'm going around meeting everyone. In truth, if Constance had told me about this place, I'd probably never have found it. I value my privacy. So, what do you do around here? I handle the dogs. Oh, the background is moving too. Can y'all see this? Like the little bits of fabric hanging from the top of the screen are moving. Cool. Yeah, the barking sort of spoiled that surprise. So you have a couple of nice pups? That's great. I like dogs. I don't have them. You can't own a dog, just like you can't own a friend. No dog would ever say he was owned. Oh, okay, Sam. Oh, and what would a dog say? Nothing, of course. No dog would have had such an idea. They're much more honest than humans. Honest? Have you ever seen a puppy pretend it hadn't slept in your bed despite leaving fur everywhere? It likely wasn't properly told that that pack doesn't share a lair. Don't expect animals to understand human customs. He has a point. He has a point. People, however, understand them well and try to take advantage of them intentionally. What kind of people? There's 7 hate people. Bit of a hermit prefers dog to people. Yeah. I love the drawing of him. Wait, what's Constance drawing looks like? I'm just imagining a main character Callan just standing there staring at each of these people. Probably too long to draw them because these are his notes. Oh, that's a funny thought. I guess they do. What was your name again? I'm Sem, the city's master of kennels. A pretty important position, seeing as all travel here is done by dog sled. I do what I'm good at. Let's save a million dogs. Well then, you understand dogs. Nice meeting you. You understand dogs. I won't keep talking to the dog man. You should have the right job. Why do you know so much about dogs? What do you mean? I just listen to them. I can hear them right now, but it's still just talking to me. Where did you learn to understand them so well? It's not a matter of place. You can learn to communicate with dogs anywhere. Right. The dogs are getting restless. You should be on your way. Good day, Doctor. Maybe not the right choice, but I want to continue talking to the dog man. So diverse and full of life. Yes, the atmosphere of this new city was already starting to sink in. Everyone back home thought I was insane for coming to a place where the water is frozen and people wear ridiculous amounts of clothing all the time. If only they knew. I was still exhausted after the journey, so the final introductions had to wait until the next day. My quarters were surprisingly comfortable, even inviting. Apparently the previous doctor had been somewhat demanding. Oh no. Someone ate the doctor. I'm calling it now. Someone ate the doctor or kidnapped the doctor like 2 weeks before the odd dude Galen was supposed to show up. I asked Miss K if he was the only official around, and if all the powerful merchants I heard so much about had already left the city. He merely smiled and told me to expect a guest early in the morning. And some guest it was. Spirits, yes, I'm coming. Hello? Who is this? Open up, or I haven't got all day. Some of us have to sleep, you know. What? Did your southern son eat your smarts, or are you dense by nature? Okay, now this man is rude. I'm the one who's paying you. Open the damn door. Oh, Hello there, sir. Madness, do they let infants cure people now? Well, what is it, kid? You can speak, can't you? Okay, so this guy's either gonna be envy up dead, or he's gonna be, like, the main suspect for a murder or something. One charming man still is at my bar. English unhealthy old man. Sorry, I am half asleep. Let's go with that, try to keep on his good side. I'm quite good at speaking, though I still have problems with some of the bigger words. Especially when I'm half asleep. It'll do you good to get up early, it's almost daytime anyhow. It's night out! Outside at night! Well, I guess you'll have to do. They wouldn't have sent someone wholly whatever. Incompetent. I see the captain always showed you the office. You'll be tending to your professional duties here. This includes your patients and plants. The old doctor left quite a herbarium, I must say. It would be a pity to see it whether because you lack the discipline to care for it. I take my obligations seriously, sir. I assure you of that. Do you now? Well, it's good to hear such a thing from one so young. What was your name again? I'm Galleon, sir. Yes, one of the... how do you... Gayhead? G-clan. It's not exactly a clan. It matters not. I know of your family, tribe, or what have... Oh! Quite famous of you. Very expensive services. like the student he would pound down the door and call us an infant. Now I especially don't like him. Oh no, sir. But I digress. Do your job right and we'll get along just fine. But whatever you do, don't trouble me. I may be retired, but that only means I have even more control over what I do with my time. Officially, he's a retired banker, but he still seems to be in charge of everything. Oh no, this man is definitely gonna be either the person who dies, because this is a mystery. You're always gonna be the main suspect, and we have to like prove his innocence or something, or prove he did it somehow. I understand, sir. Good. Maybe you're not as feeble-minded as that ridiculous smile makes you look. And call me Istvan. I don't hold official titles anymore, so you don't have to call me sir. Istvan was something else. I don't think I'd ever met a man his age with so much energy. He was actually in a hurry to go to bed, which made me wonder what he'd been doing the whole night. He also gave me a priceless piece of information. I was eating all my meals at the local inn. Just in time, too. I was getting hungry, and when I'm hungry, I'm only happy and charming. Hello, madam. Oh, hello there, madam. Are you the innkeeper? Hello to you too, young man. That I am. You're the new doctor, aren't you? Yes, that's me. It must be obvious, but with so few people left in the city, and me being the only new face. I wouldn't be doing my job properly if I didn't know who you were, Alan. Including knowing my name. Especially the name. Mine's Salva, by the way. Innkeeper keeps informed about happenings in the city. Always go for the innkeepers. They have the most info. She's going to be very valuable later on. Oh wait, hold on. It looks like we're missing maybe six more people or places. Actually, no good ones. So it's like 6 more people or specific places inside the city. It is all we're missing already. It was still only in the prologue. Pleased to meet you, Salva. But what are you doing here at this early hour? Let me guess, the awful paid you an early welcome visit. The awful? That crazy old man? I was running the early. Hey, fools are fine. Well, she doesn't seem very fond of the banker. And we do not wake up early. He woke us up. Save. A crazed geriatric. I'm guessing early stages of dementia. He's still the one who contacted you, so I were you, I'd be careful not to throw such careless comments around. Don't worry, I won't tell anyone. Innkeeper's honor. Just be more thoughtful next time. This isn't exactly the most forgiving city. Oh, I made a bad choice. First bad choice of the game. Oh no. So I've heard. Thank you, Salva. Isn't Istvan your boss too? Isn't it risky for you to call him, what, an old fool? Ha! If I got a silver shilling each time I called him that to his face, I'd have my own palace in the merchants district by now. Istvan tolerates this? He needs me. I also think he respects me because I, among so many others, speak my mind openly. He probably feels a bit sorry for me as well, I think, because of Lev. Lev? Who is Lev? My insane... Please tell me more about your husband, ma'am. Oh, may I ask what happened to him? Kala, that's what happened. Kala? But I'm babbling. You came here to eat, didn't you? Huh. I immediately liked Salva. Direct and edgy, she also came across as a kind and caring person. I was looking forward to getting to know her better. But also in that moment, my curiosity about Salva's husband awoke. For almost a week, I barely got a glance of him. I began to imagine him as some sort of lunatic with inhuman attributes that got weirder each time I thought of him. the time he came to me, I half expected him to have a tail, horns, and to smell sulfur. The funniest thing about Lev is that he didn't disappoint me. When he arrived at my doorstep, everything about him proved Salvo was right. Huh. I'll be right with you. I just need to water the atrapa. Man, what happened to you? Did someone beat you up? Someone? If one's another fool, can you honestly call him someone? Who did this? They wanted Kala, glory, over my dead body. Sir? Kala what? Listen, you're safe now. Let me check your wounds. You have bruises. Ha, but a head with no skin can get no bruises. Let them try with the hollow guardian. Come look into the empty eye sockets. What? Tucked within, horns hiding the light, I asked if that was Kala. The cuts and bruises won't hurt, but he'll soon up. Your collarbone might be fractured. I'm afraid you could have a minor concussion. It might not even be that mild. Lie down and let me get the medicine. No, it's coming to me. Release the pain and be gone. What? You can't leave. You should be walking in your condition. If you want to command, he will command Kala. Release the pain. This man's nuts. Oh, we can remember something about Kala. Wait, he's an archaeologist. Hold on. Lev. He's an archaeologist. Also, this is gonna be like big. Call it now. It's gonna be some kind of artifact they found that someone wants to keep to sell outside the Dome City. And they're doing a Scooby-Doo thing with like kidnapping people while they're hooded or dressed up or something and making it seem like the artifact is evil. So they throw it out and says no to be buried. So the person who wants to sell it can retrieve it and then go sell it without having to worry about anyone wanting it back. That's what I'm calling now. You want me to relieve you of pain? You need help. Tell me exactly what occurred today and hide nothing so I can treat you properly. I have to go now. Wait. Okay, so you need to stay because of... So he's obsessed with Kala. He wants to command Kala. But he doesn't want to get something for the pain right now. So let's stay because of Kala. How do you expect to get this Kala when you're in such terrible shape? Let me help you with that. I promise you to heal fast, and then I will help you in the suit however you want. No, skeleton's weak, no. You don't want me to help you? Why? An unforgiving mistress she is. She gave me clues to the road, and then she closed the door, and I can't walk. But Kala is most important. Nothing will stop me. I can stand out and fish you. I can go. I have to go. Wait, drink this, but at least take care of the pain and stop any possible infections. Drink this. You'll heal faster. Please take it easy. Just go slow. Drink. Very good. Oh, tracking the line. We've made it to chapter 2. Ooh. Let's do another save here. How many saves? I only have 8 saves. That's fine. Everything about Lev was ominous. Even without years of experience in psychiatry, I could tell that his bad mood wasn't caused by a concussion. Who could imagine what happened later that night? Over the next week, I followed the monstrous pace of the city and got to accept the routine it offered, but gradually the novelty started to wear off. My patient remained in quite a bad shape. I had to use all my skills to accelerate her healing process. She was no longer comatose, but still spent most of her time asleep. Too weak to speak, because she only gave me her name. Yanni. Okay. I was starting to fear that things would become dull much too quickly for my taste. Until early one morning, my patient and I could finally talk. So this is the girl we started off with before we met Galen. She was walking in the snow. I'm impressed. You seem to have recuperated completely. I'm happy to say my work here is done. I'm glad to hear that, Doctor. I'm very eager to get back to normal life. You should check your head, though. The time to get to the city on foot is close to setting, even in the summer. Whatever made you try something so dangerous must have been very important. I would be lying if I said I'm not curious. I suppose someone finds me interesting. You almost died to get here. If that's not interesting, I don't know what is. Dr. Gallen, are you there? What the? Sounds like an emergency, Doctor. I'd best leave you with your patient. I'll be in the kitchen if you need me. Okay, we'll talk later. I don't think I'll be getting much out of you, though. Hello, Dr. Gallen, are you in there? Salva? Hold on, I'm coming. Doctor, you have to help me, no one else will. It's alright, Salva, what's wrong? That crazy old fool, he's gone. Gone for good. I just know something terrible has happened to him. Baker? Whoa, please calm down and stop from weakening. What do you mean, gone? His things are all gone, just like last time, only they've been missing for so long. I can't help you if I don't understand what's wrong. Try to focus and explain everything. Slowly. No, there's no time. We have to do something. It's been way too long. You have to help me. We're not medicating her. That's not how this is going. Comfort her. Salva, I'm here for you. I can see something bad has happened, but that's about all I understand. Please, let me help you. Try to come down and tell me exactly what the problem is. But there's no time to talk. You need to act. Those are your nerves talking. Take a deep breath and think. You came to tell me something, didn't you? You're right. I'm not making any sense, am I? Perfectly fine. You're obviously very upset. Oh gods, I need your help, Doctor. It's about Lev. Oh, not the banker. Husband. Is he sick? No, I mean apart from his usual condition. But I don't know where he is. He's missing, Doctor. I haven't seen him in 10 days. He's never been gone so long before. What do you mean before? This isn't the first time he's gone missing. No. Does it happen often? From time to time. Because of Carla, you know, it's his obsession. Once every couple of weeks he'll vanish, but he always comes back after a few days. It's always the same story afterwards. When I ask him where he was, all he says is that he went off on a secret expedition. And that he's getting closer. Closer? Closer to what? Carla. Curse thing. You'll have to help me with this. I'm still new here. Carla. Use that word a lot. It's some kind of treasure, yes? For some, perhaps. For him, it's everything. It's pure evil, that thing. It ate him until there was nothing left but a shadow of the man he used to be. I see. So that really sounds like you should be talking to the gods, not to me. Well, Salva blames Lev's session of Carla for his disappearance. Well, she has a point. She has very much a point. Okay, nothing new from her yet. Even if I felt confident enough to begin to see what every patient suffering from mania, which I don't, I will first have to be able to talk to him. And since he's missing, I don't want you to treat him, Doctor. I want you to figure out what happened to him. What now? I'm sorry, but this is really a business with the city guard. Ha, he won't help. What? But why? He knows my husband too well, Doctor. Well, tell me a way until Lev comes back like he always does. I can't say I don't understand, but doesn't that give the captain guard the right to simply ignore that a person is missing? Doesn't give him the right? Dear Doctor, you obviously don't know him well. But did you try talking to him before coming to me? I didn't, because I know exactly what he'll say. I came to you first. Do you understand now? Everyone knows Lev is a crazy old man, lost inside his own broken mind. They will treat him the way they treat normal people. Even the god, I see. So it's better to ask the outsider. The Doctor, you vowed to help others, didn't you? Within the scope of my skills, yes. I'm afraid this goes beyond my reach, Salva. Ooh, that's a huge spike in hits. I don't know what caused that spike. But I can try speaking to the captain of the guard and make him listen. That won't help, I told you. Oh, Doc, you must promise me you'll look for him. Only if you can find him. Look at all these things. I will only talk to God. We can go to God together. I promise I will look for him. This is just not comforting whatsoever. He's not gonna listen to her whatsoever. But I feel. So I'm gonna promise that we will look for him. Alright, you can count on me. I promise I will look for your husband. You will? Okay. Oh, thank you, Doctor, thank you. Kindness of strangers. What is that achievement? Let's see. Let's see. Make a promise to someone you barely know. Huh. Oh, there's 18 achievements. It's possible for this. And so far I got 47.7% from Words of Wisdom, which was the one we got earlier when we were talking to Nana. And then we have 60.2% from Kindness of Strangers. Huh. Okay. Please, I haven't done anything yet. You're very wrong. You've already done more than the rest of this damn town in the wood. Thank you, Doctor, from the bottom of my heart. What have you gotten yourself into this time, Galen? I hope this isn't the kind of thing Nana was warning me about. Coping with boredom has never been my forte, but this might be a bit over my head. Oh god, my voice. Water. Yanni, I'm going out. Feel free to use anything you need, just not the vials on the desk, alright? Fine, Doctor. A week ago, she was on the brink of death, and now she's yelling like a drunken fish trader. Bless her. Let's hope poor Lev is in equally good condition. Hello, Captain. Dr. Galen, hello. Has true winter already gotten into you? Excuse me? That's an expression we use here when the silent season comes. Being cut off from the world, surrounded by deadly blizzards, makes some people uncomfortable. Especially if it's their first time. Is that why almost everyone leaves for the dead season? The concept still fascinates me. That's part of it. Believe me, it's more mundane than you think. The city is built on the merchant families in the business. Dead season makes trade impossible, so they either travel to restock or retire to their winter residences. I think I passed a few of those on my way here. What about the commoners? What commoners? Here you're either someone important or you work for someone who is. Families take their retainers with them. They only leave those whose jobs are absolutely essential. Mine is to make sure those people are safe. Funny you should mention your job. That's exactly what brought me here. Really, Doctor, my job. Have you some words of advice? Oversee. Do you realize Lev is missing again? Look for him now. How can you ignore Salva? Do you know anything about it? I just spoke with Salva, the innkeeper. She was upset, even hysterical, because her husband disappeared again. Salva hysterical? That's odd. Has she told you it's happened before? She did, but she also said he's been gone much longer than usual. How long? 10 days. I see. Do you have any idea what might have happened to him? How would I know? Lev's past and the logic that governs them are a mystery to all. It's difficult enough to follow his words. Insanity is hardly rare in the city. The rest of us are just better at hiding it. Spend more time here and I'll show you a learn to appreciate it. Why aren't you going to look for him then? Isn't this part of your job? Thanks for the advice. After just 2 weeks, you're an expert on the city and all its dwellers. Looks like true winter has treated you very well indeed. What's that supposed to mean? Yeah, what does it mean? First true winter in the city is usually the hardest. People find different ways to cope with the stress and the boredom. I see you get bored rather quickly. I can't believe I'm hearing this. Neither can I. Relax, Doctor. There's no need for aggression. Why are you so eager to help Salva and Lev anyway? Let me guess, you're fresh out of the academy or whatever they call the place you study at, and you can't wait to change the world for the better. I promised Salva I would find her husband. That's exactly what I'm gonna do. Oh, we got the branching. A noble gesture or a newcomer's attempt to gain stronger footing in our small society. No, my intuition tells me you're just bored. Is it? Is this how you've always talked? Am I getting a special welcome package? Calm, good doctor. When people find themselves with too much spare time on their hands, good conversational skills become a necessity. And how about helping a woman whose husband is missing? Did you ever get to meet Lev? Yes, he came to me one evening. I treated him. Then you must have realized he was suffering from a severe condition, an obsession. Kala, yes, Salva told me. Did she also tell you why they came to the city? Before he became the empty shell he is? Lev used to be a scholar, an archaeologist. They came here looking for treasure. The treasure found only disappointment and poverty. Salva did very well, but Lev lost himself forever. Maybe he found a new path, for one much more solitary. Who knows? Did this update? They came to the city looking for Kala. They failed to search and Lev went insane. So his mania is chronic. Is that why you refused to look for him? You thought him a lost cause? No, I refused for two reasons. One, I never believed Lev was in any danger and assumed he would turn up on his own each time. Two, I was always convinced that if she truly wanted to, Salva could find her husband with no trouble. So you're saying there's no danger and Salva knows where Lev is? Quite the opposite, Doctor. Sorry, you've lost me there. This man is just talking in circles, I feel. You did say Salva was hysterical when she came to you. Yes, it took me a while to talk her down. Oh, there's another one from when we calmed her down. That's unlike her. When she came to inform me about Lev's disappearances in the past, she was calm. Maybe she was hiding her fear? No, Doctor, I've known her for a few years, and I can tell you she has no need to play tough or hide her emotions in front of others. Quite the contrary. People respect her, some even fear her because of her openness, and sincere tears of a fearful wife wouldn't harm her image, but there were none. She showed no emotion whatsoever. Really, today she seemed mad with grief, which would mean things are different. She's actually afraid for her safety, because this time she has no idea where she went. So Lev disappears frequently, but Salva doesn't seem to have cared until now, which... this one, Lev seems like a cat to me at this point. Like one of those cats you let outside that disappears for a few days and comes back. It's only when you realize that they've been gone for not a couple days, but a couple weeks that you start to worry. Yeah. So like, Lev's been disappeared for much longer than he should have been. Why would she be afraid? I haven't got a clue. Maybe she's afraid Lev left the city and froze to death? That's one about 1,000 possibilities, yes. Well, your hypothesis about what caused Salva's is just that, a hypothesis. If this bothers you so much, why not ask Salva yourself about her change of heart? I'd rather ask why you aren't bothered that Lev seems to be actively missing this time. I trust he can take care of himself. Huh? The man you described is completely mad just a few minutes ago. Yeah, you called him crazy and mad. Now you think he can take care of himself? Precisely. I trust him because of his madness. But I can tell you you're not satisfied with my answer. Why don't you try and look for him yourself? Why do I want to do your job for you? Oh, I think you've already started your own little investigation. Enjoying it, aren't you? Right, I am enjoying this. I must have love and saving anything to kill time. Someone has to... No, what helping them? Nobody knows where Lev is, and Salva asked me for help. What else could I do? The city just loves people with that kind of attitude. You'll fit in just fine. Where will you begin your search? Right here, of course. I'm just going to ask one of the most informed people around. Well, Captain, who do you think I should speak to first? Salva's the obvious choice, but if she's hiding something, you're assuming she is. Her behavior doesn't make sense. I should talk to someone who may know more about her. Maybe a close friend. No friend would be biased. Talk to Constance. She's been around for a very long time. Don't tell her I told you that. She knows a lot about everyone. But there's another clue, isn't there? Lev's obsession with Colin may be important. Who can I talk to about that? What's today's note? Many youths in the city is very well informed. Anybody and everybody. We all have our theories about Kala. If you want to learn about Levs, talk to your cone. The Northern Caravan pilot. She's not very talkative. She likes to keep to herself and seems harsh at times, but she's quite an exceptional young woman, Doctor. Lev talked about Kala with her. Really? Who would have thought? Thanks for the advice. We're getting a lot of notes in this section. Lev spoke to your cone frequently. He thought she knew something about Kala. Kala is probably some kind of like... Probably mentions some kind of ritual or tradition or her personal god of Yakona's tribes or something of the like. Maybe an old type god. Maybe. No problem. Good luck, Doctor. Thank you, Captain. Please call me Kayasa. This everyone does. I'm gonna get this name right. Kayasa? Kayasa. Alright. Kayasa. Yeah, let's go with Kayasa. Call me Gallon. This will be interesting. Okay, so if I go to Cone, I'm looking into what Kala is and what might have caused Lev to disappear for too long. If I'm talking to Constance, I'm looking into why Slava has had a change of heart recently. Well, if I'm going off of the fact that Lev is like a cat, a crazy cat that disappears but comes back after a couple days, after the first few times of him disappearing, Slava would have been used to it. I'm like, oh yeah, Lev went out somewhere, I haven't seen him in a couple days. You know how it is. Just want to let people know if you look for him, please, that'd be great. But now he's been gone for a long time, so she's actually very worried. So I think the change of heart is actually natural. So I'm going to talk to Yakone, because she might know what Kala is and where Lev went. Hey Yakone, I was hoping I'd catch you here. Looks like you did. I hope I'm not bothering you. Do you want something from me? Actually, yes, I do. Then you are bothering me. People bother each other all the time, don't they? Oh, let me guess, you want to ask about something. Is it that obvious? Do I have it written all over my face? Southerners are easy to read as children. Ask away. Alright, did you know Lev is missing again? I'm not surprised. I haven't seen him since the night he was beaten up. The night he was spirits. Now that's expressive even for your people. I just realized something. I met him the night he was beaten up, and that was the night he vanished. Yes, I asked him to visit you. He wasn't eager about it, but I told him Bleeding wanted to help him on his quest. So you saw him that night as well. He passed me on his way to the bank district where the rich folk live. On his way back, he was bruised and bloody. The banker did something. The banker or his guards did something. Which is how he was when I saw him. I thought the bank district was off limits to all except the merchants. Unless you have an invitation or what? Nothing. You need a fancy piece of paper or a big round of money to get in. Poor Star didn't have either. So he was attacked by whom? You're a bit slow even for a rude cutler. By Esteban's guards. Can't blame them either. They were fed up with his snooping and trespassing and whatnot. The banker is the main suspect. He was beaten by Esteban's guards. Oh, I called it. Wonder how long he'll say the main suspect. They'd given him warnings before even the old man asked. That night the guards lost their temper. Or maybe the old man did. But if it was so risky, why would he go there in the first place? You talked to him, right? Then you know that man's soul has been eaten through by hunger. For Kala. That's what Southerners call it. Northerners have another name for it? Of course. We know its true name. You people gave it a stupid word that means nothing to make it more mysterious. Since all you're good at is taking things for yourself, you imagine it's some kind of magical wish-granting toy. Oh, okay. I see where we're going now. I'm beginning to get the impression that you don't like me because I'm not from around here. Don't be stupid. Nobody in the whole city is from around here. Demons, the city itself, isn't from around here. They built it to stand out like a bad joke, a slap in the face of all the North. You must truly come from far away if you didn't know that. Tell me, what's your name again? Gallon. Alright, Gallon. Let's imagine Color really is a toy that can give you anything you wish for. You only have to ask. But you may only use a single word. What's your wish? Pleasure, love, or power? Not power. Power can corrupt too much. Pleasure. Let's go love. I wish for love. Can I be cheesy? Love. The only thing that makes all this stuff unbearable is loving another person. Someone we care for more than ourselves. That's nice. I believe a grown man would wish for that, but yeah, it's sweet. But enough me. She wants to know more of the big secret, then pay attention. It's all very simple. Ooh. A long time ago, all the North belonged to my people, including this place, especially this place. This was your city? Don't be dense. There was no city. There was an oasis, a patch of land without ice and snow that had lots of shallow caves. Name them hot springs. My people were born and buried among snow and ice. We had no need for good comforts. But for my ancestors, this was a very special place. But you didn't settle here. It was decided there was no need for us to hide underground if we could sleep under the stars. The travelers were allowed to stop here on their way across the ice desert. They returned to their homes with strange tales about the air, the water, and the warmth, how it would twist their dreams and send them visions. Wise men and women would sit here to study the cause. They experienced their own visions and declared their oasis holy. And why did they build a city here? This place was special for settlers too. They knew it was the only haven in the ice desert, and they were eager to send the trade caravans food to the north. Caves wouldn't do it for them. They needed an entire city, so they claimed this land and erected the bloody palaces and towers. Oh, no. They put the metal pipes through the ground and into the springs. They made them run through the walls to rule the entire city. They didn't care that it was sacred. If people allowed it, we didn't know how to fight. In the snow, it makes no sense to kill others. You may need their help later on. We only knew how to hunt. But the wise people studied the ways of the races and learned the salvage plan before they arrived. Their arrival, they were prepared. Perform rituals to change the currents and slow the water, to make it cool over time. Yet the city still stands, prosperous and well-worn. Prosperous, not preposterous, and well-worn. Were the rituals effective? Oh no, they worked fine, but the settlers had lots of money. They hired their own white people, who came and quickened the waters. It was sacred ground and later cursed by the tribes. Yeah, oh no. I see why Yukon doesn't like us now. We built all that you see now. We planted trees and flowers. Flowers in the north. And that's the whole story. Can I save? Is there an option to save? No, before every choice. I'm sorry about what happened. Strong, always dominant, but weak day. Look on the bright side. I'm sorry about what happened. I am. That's terrible. Sorry your people have suffered. I guess that explains your distress towards strangers. You being sorry doesn't change a thing. Yeah, we're all very sorry. So what? The city's here is only a year. It's not like they're going to move out tomorrow. There's no point in discussing these old stories. You got your answer. What answer? You didn't even mention color in your tale. Oh, I see. It's the place itself. Or the water with the visions, or maybe magic, something like that. Whatever it is, it has little to do with what people like you imagine it to be. That's what I've been telling Lev, but he probably just heard what he wanted to hear. That's his favorite way to listen. He wants to learn about the world with people and use it to find color. Everything he ever does has the same goal, but yes. Wait, no, go back. Back. There you go. Go back, I can't. He was more interested in the rituals. Some time ago, hold on, let me... Yeah, that one. Reload. I didn't finish reading it. Sorry about what happened, keep it that. But, yes. But what? He was more interested in the rituals. Some time ago, I told him that all children are taught the basic ways of the wise, and that I was trained too. He may be mad that he always remembers what you say, every single detail. 2 months later, you came and asked me to train him. What did you do? I lied, said it was a secret of the tribe and I didn't know much anyhow. I didn't want him to feel bad. Which means you know a lot, but prefer to keep it to yourself. Well, it is her tribe's, traditions and rituals. She doesn't have to give it to everyone. Let's just say I know better than to give a child a knife. Anyway, why are you so interested in Lev? You didn't even know him. His wife asked me to look for him, and he was also my patient, but only for a minute or two. If Sava is so worried, why doesn't she ask the old man? I bet he knows where Lev is. You mean Esteban? The rich geezer, yes. But I thought he was the man in charge here. Someone really just go and start asking him questions. Depends on who you are, but I've talked to him. Go away, I want to be alone. Alright, thanks for telling me all this. By the way, I really appreciate it. Yeah, whatever. I need to get back to my tent. See you later, Yukon. I guess it's time to ask Slava a few questions. Dr. Gallon, I'm so glad to see you again. Do you have any news about Lev? Water down the wrong pipe. Oh no. Oh god. I'm good. I'm still alive. I'm good. I got some information, yes. I've also heard some things that were apparently public knowledge that you forgot to mention. What do you mean? You haven't been honest with me, Salva. I need to be open about this. How to approach this? Compassionate persuasion, firm demand, like Henry Mark. Salva seems to react most to being open and blunt, but also kindness. So like Henry Mark would be to, in my opinion, to walk around, and firm is just mean. So passionate persuasion. I agree to look for Lev, but I can't do that if you hide important information. Please understand, if I'm going to help you, you must help me first. Gods, I know it may look like I'm hiding something, but I've told you everything I know. People in this place lie to gain things or just because they can. But this is about Lev. I have nothing to gain from keeping secrets. I see, so it's a lie that this is the first time you've been so concerned about Lev's disappearance? I've heard it's never bothered you before. People were quite surprised by how upset you were today. Why are you asking me this? Are you investigating Lev's disappearance or my emotional well-being? I can't believe it. I thought you were a reasonable man. I thought you knew the difference between fact and ugly rumor. I expected more of you. Oh no. Enough. Did you know your husband was beaten by Esteban's guards the night he vanished? I did. Esteban told me. You heard this from Esteban? Ma'am! I never expected he would actually do it. He came to me that night. Esteban's guards didn't go easy on him. You knew this whole time. I knew he could be a ruthless man, but he's changed so much. Spirits. The way you talk about him. What exactly is your relationship with Esteban? He's my employer. I'm bound by compact to his will. Compact? You're right, you really don't know the basics. It's a form of contract that basically makes you the holder's slave. Oh no. Everyone in the city has to sign a compact with the bank, and that used to mean Esteban. Sign a compact with the almighty bank, basically mean, oh no. I thought the merchants governed everything. The families are always fighting each other. Esteban's family is the strongest. It's effectively in charge. Before he retired, Esteban ruled the city with an iron fist. His word was law. When the merchants left for winter, they left him here as caretaker, which gives him all the power there is. So he's the only authority now. And since he has his guards with him, he can do whatever he wants, just like his ruling days. You seem to know him well. Let me ask you once more. What's your relationship with Esteban? He is my employer and my... Oh, ho, ho. Are we sure Lev went to go looking for Carla at the bank and not to confront Esteban about the fact that he was boning his wife? Thank you for your honesty. What kind of job do you do for him? I'm bound by a compact never to reveal it. I can't tell you anything. I can only report to him. Report? You collect information for him. I understand. Having an affair with Esteban, she also collects information for him. Ooh. No, Doctor, you don't understand the half of it. I can see this is difficult for you, Salva, but I need to ask you something else. Nicole told me your husband's question about the rituals performed by her people. Do you know why? We got the little branch sling. I heard him mumbling something about ancient magic, about how he would master its secrets and end his quest. But it wasn't him talking, it was his madness. He's a sick man. His mind is unhinged. He believes everything is a clue. So he never performed any actual rituals. Nicole is a very guarded, grounded young woman. She wouldn't chase after imaginary things. I think she only spoke to him out of pity. She told him what he wanted to hear, that these were old legends without any actual merit. Alright, I could ask you more, but I feel you won't tell me anything new. You're stubborn, Salva, you know that? I'm the innkeeper in the city of secrets and lies. Speaking too much goes against my trade. I also believe that if you remember anything important, you'll tell me without my asking. I may not know you well, but I can usually tell when people are lying to me. You've told me all you could. Thank you for your understanding, Doctor. Please, Salva, call me Galen. Alright, thank you, Galen. Listen, there's one more thing I need to tell you before you go. I thought so. What is it, Salva? Here, take this. Ooh, a book. There's a lock on it. Lev's diary, the most recent one. He put all his clues and hypotheses in it. He kept it hidden from me, but I've always known he had it. If you want to know why I'm so worried, it's because of this. He would never willingly leave it behind. It is his most precious possession. Frankly, it's his only possession. Yet he left it, and this has never happened before. I know you truly want to help me, so you deserve the truth. I took it from his bag and hid it the night he disappeared. I had a terrible fear about him leaving that night. I thought he would come back for it. But he never did. Aha, interesting. The diary is protected. Yes, it's locked. I don't know where the key is. My guess is that Lev has it. No, I don't mean the physical lock, although having the key would certainly help. I just hope I'll help you find my husband before something terrible happens. I have the worst suspicions. Something bad has happened to me in this city. Spirits! No, not Constance. Constance, what happened? Dr. Galen, I need your help. She fainted. Well, if I had gone to talk to her instead of Cone, would Cone have come and gotten attacked and faint instead? Oh my god. At first I had no idea where I was. The doctor told me I spent the last 2 weeks in bed, feverish and weak. He said I almost died. Oh, this is Yanni writing. It took me a while, but eventually memories flooded my mind. Struggling with the blizzard, trying to traverse this icy desert, the biting frost, and the warmth and sleepiness that followed. By some bizarre coincidence, I was found by the last slave cabin en route to the city. The fact that I was carrying a skilled healer bordered on the impossible, but managed I survived and reached my destination. When I was finally strong enough to get out of bed, I learned 2 things. First, the doctor was very inquisitive, and second, he was very busy. It seemed that, despite the dead season, the city teemed with schemers. And since I had a few secrets of my own, I had to be cautious. Ooh. Are we switching POV? Yes! Where am I? A simple bed, a desk, some wooden panels. If this was the afterlife, I'd be very disappointed. I guess this means I managed to reach the city. I thought I was a goner. Merciful chances this hurts. Frostbite? Next time the chancellor asks me to reach a destination no matter the cost, I'll have a different answer for her. I'd like to see her move her tush through a frozen wasteland. If she were missing a piece or two by the end, it would be an improvement. As long as I'm here, I should get to work. Oddly enough, this place doesn't look as if it's in dire need. But I guess if it did, it would be too late. Someone's coming. This is an opportunity to eavesdrop and see what's happening. I need to know as much as possible. Though eavesdropping isn't the best first impression for the person who probably saved my life. Well, you're his patient, so he's gonna check up on you. What? I would like to note that I know nothing about medical practice, but I would assume, because you're in his office, and you are his patient, that when he comes back, he will try and check up on you, and notice that you're not actually asleep. So I say, greet the doctor properly. Good morning. Are you the one I should be grateful towards? You're finally awake. Yes, by all means, be grateful to me. Flowers and an old brew from wherever you're from will do. Funny you should say that. That's exactly why I chose to carry me through that blizzard. So you're the hero. Sometimes. I'm the doctor who treated you. Please call me Gallant. I'm dying to finally know the name of my patient. My name is Yanni. How long was I out? Almost 2 weeks. Now that's no reason I look so sad. You're extremely lucky to be alive. Yes, thank you for that. It's not me you should be thanking, actually. Our caravan pilot led to spot you in the snow almost a day's journey from the gate. Wearing masking clothing was not one of your best ideas. Although traversing a frozen desert on foot easily takes the cake. I was traveling for what was supposed to be the last caravan. About halfway there, the pilot concluded the winter came earlier than expected and decided to turn back. And you stayed behind during a raging blizzard, so what brings you here anyway? A well-paid job repairing the city if such a need arises. What you do for the people here I'm supposed to do for the city. You traveled all this way to become a janitor. How curious. I prefer the term technician, if you don't mind. And sure, it might seem strange to risk one's life for a job, but can you imagine what would happen if the city failed to function while it's cut off from the rest of the world by true winter? We'd all make fun interior decorations, but what would you imagine such a scenario? Would you have a reason to believe the city's in danger? Oh no, at least I hope it isn't. I simply want to show you how important a janitor's job can be. Same with doctors, really. You don't need them most of the time, but you surely agree it's good to have one around when you break a leg. Good point. I guess imagining a worst case scenario really is important. I guess both your job and mine are important enough to include us in the city's winter skeleton crew. There's not much to do here. We'll have many long evenings to chat about Hey, don't touch that. I'm sorry, I'm really thirsty and this tea smells so nice, I thought. The thought I healed you can make your mouth a bit dry. Just drink plenty of water. Please don't touch these vials, they're dangerous. On your hand, these herbal juices can do more harm than good. I'm beginning to suspect tempting fate is your hobby. And what would you think about a doctor who can't keep his cords clear of deadly traps? You haven't told me much about yourself, so I have to go off on what I can observe. Right now, the only thing I'm certain of is the state of your frostbite. It's fine, by the way. I have to say I'm impressed. You seem to recuperate completely. I'm happy to say my work here is done. I'm glad to hear that, Doctor. I'm very eager to get back to normal life. Oh, so we went through this from Gallant's perspective. We reached that point of conversions, of like where the two bits met. So he definitely would have noticed we weren't asleep if this is where the 2 points meet. You check your head though. Attempt to get to the city on foot is close as recital even in the summer. Whatever made you try something dangerous must have been very important. I would be lying if I said I'm not curious. Nice to know someone finds me interesting. You almost died to get here. If that's not interesting, I don't know what is. Dr. Gallant, are you there? What the? Sounds like an emergency, Doctor. I best leave you with your patient. The doctor seemed nice enough, if a bit restless. He stormed out after one of his patients asked him to look for a drunk husband or something, leaving me to myself. At first I wanted to wait for him to come back, but as hours passed I realized this wasn't the most productive way to spend my time. I was feeling surprisingly well, so I decided to stretch my legs and visit the fabled Merchant District, especially since there was someone I needed to meet if I were to continue with my mission. I always want to see the work of the old masters. The way this city functions is supposed to be a miracle. State-of-the-art systems built with knowledge now almost forgotten, I expected it to look differently, to be honest. More regal. Oh, good morning. Hello. Laura. If you say so, can I help you? Are you lost? I am looking for the person in charge, the current head of the families. I've heard this year he stayed for the whole true winter. You heard wrong. Esteban is the one who stayed, but he resigned from his post already. Officially, he's just a retired old man with a bad attitude. Are you sure they wouldn't leave the state without a designated overseer? Well, he's the only member of the families present, and it's not like he can't take his seat back. I guess that makes him the overseer. Well, she's not happy about that. Laura's not happy about that. Walls have ears here, and they all report to Esteban. Sounds like the person I need to see. My, you have a lot of guards here. Why would anyone need so many when there's so few citizens left? Family members prefer situations where they have huge advantages over others. A large number of guards and only a few of us. That's how Esteban likes it. You don't have to worry about them too much, though. They've been trained to stand and do nothing for hours. Useless, unless of course you intend to do something stupid by going to Esteban's quarters without permission. And where would I get such permission? From you, I presume? Oh no, I'm a nobody. I just answered the door. You need a family member to invite you up there. Oh, wait. I'm happy for the position as Esteban's assistant. Wait. We have. So are these getting smaller? Because there's still a large gap right here. So I'm thinking maybe more locations that I haven't. Maybe these are meant to be locations or something. So I need to speak to Esteban before I get to see Esteban. Is that what you're saying? I guess so. Let's ask about her. Might get her on our side. You seem so resigned. Are you alright? Of course I'm resigned. Everyone who deals with families breaks sooner or later. Sounds like there's a sad story in there. If you want to talk, you know. No, silly, I don't. I'm trying to warn you. The family's greed is never sated. They use any means to gain influence and wealth. They exploit people's weaknesses. When that fails, they threaten people to submission. Since the family's word is law, there's nothing you can do. You speak of them as if they were ruthless demons, yet the city prospers. Even the poorest houses here are luxurious and well kept. As far as I know, there hasn't been a rebellion for hundreds of years. You would expect such evil to provoke opposition, or at least unrest. I've heard of nuns who forgive me if I'm skeptical. Of course nobody resists. They're too afraid. Let me give you an example. One of the young masters found a traitor's daughter to be uncooperative. He cut her nose off. He said she turned her nose up to the world too much. Then he broke her father's neck, so the family would stop holding their heads so high. The family thought nothing of it, and the men went unpunished. Those who speak up and try to help the traitor get a private audience with the guards. That sounds awful. And unlikely. Are you trying to scare me away with urban legends? I used to be like you. I believed in order and denied atrocities. I had to learn the hard way how this world works. Don't make it my mistake. You don't even know me. But fine, I'll bite. What was it that happened to you? Esteban, I've said too much. I'll fetch him for you. That's my job, after all. So be careful when you speak to him. The architecture we construct will determine boundaries for common rituals and customs. The city in the north, built for the chivalrous founding families, is a great example. Its design strengthens the positive natural tendencies the culture exhibits, so must are coming armed with knowledge. Where's this annoying visitor? I want to think the Dead Seas will be, dead. Ah, you're the sick one, aren't you? Not anymore. Our good doctor got me back on my feet. I came to see you right away. You can't imagine how flattered I am. I just adore people who think my time is theirs to waste. But I didn't think. That's the problem with you young people. You don't think. Next time, leave your request floor and wait for my phone reply. Understood? You're acting like a snowflake with a rash. I risked my life to help you. Hey, I risked my life to get here. Well, that wasn't very wise of you, was it? Look, I came here to help you. The city might be in trouble and so might you. I was sent here with the task. Sent by who? By the faculty. We've been monitoring the city and it appears Wait, if this is true, prove it to me. I might even give you some of my precious time. Tell me the password. Do we really need to go through this? Oh yeah, will you? I don't have all day. You are acting like a snowflake of rash, and the countersign? You act as if you had a rash and I can't see. Satisfied. Ah, so it wasn't an insult. It was not an insult. Like I thought it was. Okay. Satisfied, Adina and I had a blast when we decided on it. Along with a bottle of something old, I'm sure. People, please, can we focus on the problem now? A bigger problem than people not respecting my time. This should be good. Speak up, child. You know we monitor city systems. Recently detected disturbance, a malfunction of sorts, the first technical barrier of the city. You need more details. Is that all? Some more maintenance work? Is that all? This place was designed by faculty masters with knowledge and skill many were mistaken for magic. It was strengthened by people of faith and the protective rituals. This place is simply not malfunction. It hasn't done for centuries and it never should. Malfunctions seem to cause you distress, not a quality I would expect in a repairwoman. This particular one is simply too unlikely. Moreover, when the faculty sent a colleague to examine it, he vanished. You mean saw him? He claimed he came in for a regular checkup. He was investigating possible sabotage. The more knowledge one has about the city system, the more probable the involvement. He wouldn't warn a suspect. Ooh. Yay. Okay, so I should only have one more bit then. One more bit or maybe some like down here, maybe. Sabotage after, I don't know, what happened to Soren? Huh. Ooh. Actually, I need to plug my computer in because I have my old one that shows me, my bitrate up and it's about to die. So I need to get the cord out. One moment. I'm back. Okay, I should really get a second extension cord specifically for the laptops, so I don't have to worry about unplugging my other things and re-plugging them back in. But back to the game. Did you spill your guts out to me? Are you a bad investigator or have you excluded me from the list of possible saboteurs? All my possessions were lost in the blizzard, my tools, my money, and most of my maps and blueprints. If I'm going to accomplish anything, I need your help. But let's set this straight. Do you still suspect me? I have to suspect you. I have to take everyone into consideration. That includes you, I'm afraid, until I see proof to the contrary. At least this time they sent someone with sense. Not much of it, but still. I'm almost sorry to disappoint you, but I don't think there's anything wrong with the city. The predecessors saw it. Didn't find anything unusual. I saw him pack up and leave, as others will no doubt confirm. Are you sure? He was last seen here. No one so much as caught a glimpse of him in camp or town on the way back. Now I've heard another person went missing, someone named Lev. Where is he supposed to be during the dead season? Now, Lev is an entirely different case. He has a history of vanishing mysteriously. Again, ask around. two people missing and a perfect mechanism malfunctioning. A coincidence like this is possible, but not probable. At the very least, it would be unwise not to look into it. I'm sure you agree. Very well, kid. Go look for Lev if you think there might be some connection. But you will get sheltered whatever tools we have available. Ask Laura to prepare a proper right, confirming you're acting on that behalf. Thank you. I have another request, though. Control chambers were well hidden, available only to the chosen few. I'll need a complete set of plans to access them if I'm to assess what's wrong. Laura fetched them from the library vault. You can get them tomorrow. If there's anything else you cannot handle yourself, go bother Laura. Won't you even point me in the right direction with the investigation? It's possible that someone's trying to disrupt the city's system. Any idea where to look? If there's really something to investigate, which I doubt, you should draw your own unbiased conclusions. Right, but where should I start drawing these conclusions? Speak to Kaisa, the captain of the guard, for facts about people. If you prefer gossip and secrets of the heart, the keeper of the baths would be your best source. Her name is Constance. Thank you, both sound like a good start. Kaisa's not much help, is what I've determined. And Constance knows everything about everyone, is what I've learned. So, Constance. Let's go, Constance. Besides, you can see what happened to her before she fainted. Chances and odds, I read that the city system makes the thermal springs flow through the walls of each building, but this. It's as if the architects want to flaunt their ability to define nature. Every angle is purposely designed to retain warmth and humidity. Yanni, I'm so glad to see you here. I'm Constance, keeper of the baths. Allow me to welcome you on behalf of the city. Nice to meet you, Constance. How come you know who I am? Good question. There's so few of us waiting for true winter's end, even a minuscule change becomes a newsworthy event. Two separate people told me the shocking news of our inn running short on southern beer today. Gustavo walks slow since Lil is gone, he noticed. Such are the things we pay attention to. You can imagine the commotion caused by finding a mysterious stranger in the snow. I seem to be at a disadvantage here. Everyone knows about me, but I'm not sure I can name more than 3 people. After a few days, you will know more than you wished about each of those who stayed. Relax and enjoy yourself. That's what this place is for. The warmth relaxes me already. I can't appreciate the temperature enough, especially after the weather outside. I guess everyone needs a little warmth in their life. A bath can do wonders for body and mind alike. Also a shower. Oh, I saw that. I saw that little thing up there. I saw you. So it heals the mind, too. Quite impressive for a tub of hot water. No one here would dare call it just water. It's what shields us from death in the snow. Most people say the city's getting colder, and that's why they come here. But I know that's just an excuse. Oh, the city's getting colder. Which means someone's messing with the pipes again. I wonder if that's what Lev is trying to do. Like, he feels like Lev realized what was done to Yakon's tribe and the traditions and all that, and decided that he was going to stop it. Or, in the midst of his madness, realized he can't actually find Kala without completely shutting down the city. So he's trying to make it go colder so people leave, so he can find Kala, which is just hallucinations caused by too much steam, I think. What's the real reason then? Have you ever pretended to be someone else? It's tiresome. When people undress and relax in the heat for that short moment, they can forget about appearances and be themselves. For the mind, that can be priceless. So this is some sort of a confessional. You give people acceptance, your absolution. Is that it? I'm but a bath keeper. It's the waters, the atmosphere that do that for people. Warmth relaxes muscles, as well as rules of conduct. Just a week ago, a couple came and felt relaxed enough that gasps could be heard even here. Oh. So people need an outlet, and they felt free to relieve the true nature to you. Who gets to know yours? I show my true face to the world all the time. I see what secrets can do to those who carry them. Because you're the single truthful person in the city and you always protect other people's privacy. That must be why Esteban pointed me to you for information. Darling, you should know better than to question the intentions of those trusted deeply by your supervisor. It can be dangerous. I'm sorry, is that a threat or is she gonna stand with Esteban? She has dirt on Esteban, so she definitely has dirt on Esteban or something. Just a friendly warning for a newcomer. Please don't take it personally. But where are my manners? You must still feel so cold and weak after what you've been through. Please sit. I'll light up some incense. If someone sent you here for information, I admit that's curious. Is there something you would like to know, or would you rather enjoy the baths? If you find what Esteban said curious, overhear any juice of secrets, what can wait? What cannot wait? Let's go. Let's stay on the path to getting things fixed. Find what Esteban said curious? Why do you find Esteban's words curious? The Master's secrets advised me is a good source of knowledge to you? What do you mean? I know he used to be a ruler, but nothing more. Esteban is a force to be reckoned with, and you don't get to be a ruler without knowing others' secrets. He has a past filled with mystery, adding to the enigma by sure saying more. Please, I'd like to know what kind of man my employer is. Not to mention, it's impolite to drop the subject after such an exciting introduction. Esteban's unveiled history could be still an epic of love and war. Most of it is not mine to tell. But if you wait here long enough, you might see Esteban drifting off while soaking. More than once he's jumped to his feet, woken by his own screams. What is it that haunts him? Who knows for sure? I think it's what he did after his brother's death. He had a brother? He hunted down the poisoner and those who issued the order. Oh, his brother was poisoned. Ooh. Isn't that normal? It's an uncomfortable but a necessary obligation. All rulers must capture wrongdoers and decide their fates. Nothing he did was normal. He began with the culprit's family, executing them all from the oldest to youngest, removing their limbs one at a time. The whole spectacle took days, and when he finally started, the attackers themselves did not without rising hand against Esteban's kin was banished from people's mind for good. He got away with it. In scholars, he would be arrested and tried before he could say abuse of power. Didn't anyone protest? A few tried, but they didn't live to boast about it. Gods are used to such things, but that is, again, more than I should say. Please, can we talk about something other than dark secrets? You overcame death not so long ago. Your mind can use a moment of peace. Compared to others here, I'm great. Esteban is tense and aggressive. Laura's depressed, and just this morning Salva had a panic attack. Well, why making no vacation? True winter does that to people. The wind howls threats, and the constant shadow of the dome highlights our isolation. The atmosphere simply takes its toll. Salva's been carrying the burden of Liz for years now. The wonder it's weighing her down. Could you tell me the story? What happened to Lev? I only know what everyone does. We came here happy together. As Lev's fascination with Kala grew and finally got the better of him, Salva learned how to survive. Actually, a doctor once thought these waters could heal Salva's husband. Lev had many sessions with oils, massages, and even inhaling the steam, to no avail. Quackery seems to be popular among these parts. I assume these waters can't really heal. I saw no change in Lev, sadly. But if you want to make sure, ask Sam. Lev visit him frequently, so... Ack! Something got thrown at her! What happened? Your nose is bleeding pretty badly. I'm fine. I just need to lie down for a moment. So it's nothing, I just got a bit dizzy. So something didn't get thrown at her? It's the What? Please feel free to stay for as long as you like. I hope she's alright. I'll have to check up on her in a while. Now about these hot springs. Miraculous or not, they may be worth examining. I should take a sample and analyze it the best I can. I better yet make use of Gallen's equipment and expert knowledge. Then again, I'm not sure I can trust anyone in the city yet. Keeping my proceedings to myself might be a better way to go. Choices. Well, Gallen's an outsider, so he wouldn't have anything to do with the dome or the city malfunctioning. He came for the first time when she did. So he could be trusted as long as he keeps his mouth shut. And outside of us choosing to tell someone, we don't know if he'll keep his mouth shut about something being wrong with the city unless Yanni tells him to not tell anyone else. Keeping it to ourselves means we won't make progress as fast, I believe. Let's go with Gallon. Better to work as a team for this, because it sounds like the two events might be connected. Those overconfident are bound to fail in the end. I need to know my strengths and weaknesses. Asking for Gallon's help seems like a reasonable idea. I'll find a vial and return here with the good doctor. But now I should probably go see what that 7-person Constance mentioned. Dog man, we're back. I hope they won't bite. That depends. Who are you? Right, hello, I'm Yanni. I'm the city's new technician. Good day, Yanni. Afraid there's nothing for you to fix in the kennels. Yet here I am, US 7, right? That's what they call me. Why are you here if it's not about maintenance? People don't visit me very often. Can't say I have many regrets about it. Wasn't Levy if we could have guessed. So that's what this is about. In a way, you could say he was. Elaborate, please. I've noticed people in the city have this weird habit of holding on to what they know as if it was dearest treasure. He wasn't my guest. He came here because of the dogs. Oh, I thought you were friends, or at least on friendly terms. People assume that we were because we both shunned company, but that is where the similarities end. I see, but you two must have spoken at least occasionally. I told you neither of us is a people person. I'm a dog person. He's lost in himself. So you spent hours with him. You must know something that could help me find him. Lev must have said something. What did he do when he was here? Well, he came here for the dog, so must have said something. Come on, at some point he must have said something. To you, or himself, or the dogs. I'm not asking for anything specific, but he couldn't have been silent the whole time. I can see why you would think silence is impossible. You're right, Lev spoke to himself and to the dogs. Nobody should speak that way to an animal. He spoke as if to a child, as if they were weak and foolish. What did he talk about most recently? He murmured to himself, didn't care if I was listening, even answered his own questions. If you know he asked questions and gave answers, you must have at least partially been listening. You remind me of why I rarely speak to people. He was babbling about rituals lately, about them being the key or maybe the way. Ooh. He used way too many metaphors for me to understand or be comfortable with. What kind of rituals? Key to what? I told you I don't know. Are you always so annoyingly curious? I'm sorry, but these may be important details. This is why I like dogs. For them, connecting means being and working together, not endless babbling. So once again, I don't know what Lev was saying, and I don't know his plans. He didn't tell me, he murmured. Does that satisfy you? I see. Do you remember anything else that could help me find him? Why don't you just wait for him to come back? I heard it's been almost 2 weeks since he went missing. His wife is worried. Please. I saw him 10 days ago or so, as I was walking my dogs. He was even less coherent than usual. No wonder, though, he looks as if he'd been run over by a sleigh. Okay. It didn't occur to you to help him? Would you let me finish? Lev came from Gallon's greenhouse. I assumed the doctor wouldn't let him go if there was any real danger. Okay. So Gallon was the missing bit. So now we have info on everyone. I wonder what's down here. Maybe 2 extra people that we've yet to meet. But you said he wasn't lucid. As usual is his case. He looked badly beaten, but my main worry was the dogs. That he has a bad influence on them. He even taught them to lie. Lie? How do you teach a dog to lie? Yes, they become outright deceptive. Ha! I didn't initially peg her so be fooled by a madman-trained puppy. Please stop making that face. I'm just playing. The dogs seem to like it though. They're not mine. I take care of them, but they belong to the families. And of course they like Lev, just as children like the grandparent who spoils them. I can see it's a sensitive issue for you. Lev didn't understand that he harmed the pack and drove me mad. When he's away, my work is much easier. Huh. So Sem is very strict on discipline and the way the pack works when it comes to the dogs. So forgive me if I'm not helpful. I don't pay much attention to what happens outside of my kennel, and I'd rather not get involved. Take your investigation elsewhere. Wait. The customer tell me more. Flattery should do it. He will listen to reason. He's not a flattery man. He doesn't like people, so he will listen to reason. I understand your need for solitude, but think about it. We're cut off from the entire world for the winter, protected only by a thick barrier. Love was unstable and obviously up to something. If his plans concern the city, wouldn't you want to know? Judging by his frequent disappearing acts, there might be a secret exit somewhere. Fine, this might be nothing, but... Yes? Lev smelled. Excuse me? The dog smelled something on him. He acted strangely, even for himself, and it wasn't just the beating that caused it. You mean he could have ingested a drug of some sort? No idea. He could have. Harmful and unpleasant. So it definitely was not something that dogs definitely not smell what Gallon gave Lev. Because what Gallon gave Lev was to help with infections and to ease the pain, I believe. So it shouldn't have been a harmful smell. Well, I say that, but everyone knows medicine doesn't taste the best. It definitely doesn't smell the best. The dog should not have reacted to it as something that was harmful. I think. I don't mean to be rude, but its feeding kind routine is important to the dogs. I see they have gotten used to it. I'll let myself out. Why'd you give up on people? Can dog be used to track Lev? Yes. Sam, one more thing. Do you think we can use your dogs to track Lev? Probably not. There are too many of us leaving trails in such a small area. They would run in circles. We'd have to find something rare for that to work. I'm sorry, I can't be of more help. Don't worry about it. See you soon, Sam. When I heard Salva's fucking voice speak of Gallon, I didn't think she could run such a successful business. It's so lively in here. Back home, places like this were cultural centers. Here, I'll probably be lucky if I get some beer and greasy food. That's rude. Hello, Yanni. Nice to see you're back to health. Oh, did my mouse die? Pardon me, but do we know each other? How many newcomers do you think we get during the dead season? I'm Salva. I'm sorry I can't feed properly, but we're pretty crowded tonight and my kitchen staff has left the true winter. I need to make sure there's enough stew and beer for everyone. Oh, don't worry about it. The smell alone is enough to make me feel welcome. Food tastes better when you enjoy it in the company of others. Pick a table and join. I'll bring you something to eat in a minute. Very well then. It's a free spot at Laura's table, but we may have gotten off on the wrong foot. I think Salva was sitting with Laura as well. I haven't had a chance to speak to her about her husband yet, so now may be a good time. There's a second free stool there, right next to... Isn't she the caravan driver? I think she's drinking with the captain of the guard. I owe her my thanks. It might be interesting to hear her thoughts. Do you want to rectify a relationship with Laura and gain info about Salva, or talk to caravan pilot and the guard? Let's see. We're both looking for Len, because we think he might have something to do with the dome. The guard isn't help with the Lev. He might know something about No, he probably doesn't know anything. The caravan pilot might know something about what Lev might be trying to do with the dome. Let's see. Let's go with... Oh, my mouse is like dying. We have to end soon so I can get new batteries. Okay, let's go Laura and Salva. Good evening, Laura. We meet again. We're a handful of people stuck in one place for at least 3 months. You'll be tired of meeting me soon enough. May I join you nonetheless? I don't mean to intrude, but I'm new to the city, or I don't know people here. Sure, it's nice of you to ask. One rarely has a chance to decide anything in this damn city. Although Esteban usually gives you the illusion of choice, it hurts even more at times. You seem to have a serious grudge against your employer. Why? Employer? You still don't understand, Go. You work here short term, almost have a compact signing them for years. Esteban is more of a slave driver than an employer. You still get paid, don't you? I was the firstborn child in my house, trained diplomacy and trade to take over the lead someday. I had a loving home. Esteban's compact gladly stripped me of all that. Why did you sign it then? I didn't fully understand Mr. Bones back then. I was young and ambitious, and Esteban was quickly rising to power. Now I'm a maid and a secretary. I haven't seen my family in years. I earn enough for some ale, but not for a decent wine to help me Here's your port, young. What were you two chatting about? Nothing. Oh, that's right! Sulfur reports back to Esteban everything, so I wouldn't have gotten much from Laura in the first place. God dang it. I heard your husband is missing. I'm so sorry. It's fine, kid. I'm fine, kid. I lost Lev to Colin many years ago. He leaves and comes back, but his mind's gone most of the time. I got used to it. That's good, I suppose, but isn't Galen finding love for you? Yes, that boy has his heart in his right place. You don't seem as worried anymore. I was worried. Lev was gone for much longer than usual. Galen was the only person who listened to me, and for that he'll always have his glass full here. Everyone else just assumed it was Kala. Perhaps they're right. I hope he's safe. You keep repeating his name, Kala. What is it exactly? It's just a legend. Every book and every tribe has a different version of it. It's a stone or crystal force, a myth, a tale to tell children by fire. Lev read every story he could lay his hands on, listened to every crier. He mistook a symbol for a tangible thing. A futile search for it consumed his mind. You're wrong. Kala is very much real. Lev can't find it because it's not a primitive wish-granting thing, but a force that silently surrounds us. It's Kala you hear in the Northern Wind song. Tribes know it. The wise men have even claimed to use it. Most it's unattainable, but it affects us all. Ooh. Learning so much. So you have actually experienced Kala. Careful, Yanni, you would be the first foreigner to fall victim to the tale, asking too many questions to the first sign of the disease. Not quite scary, old lady. Many strange things can manifest themselves here, Yanni. Do you want me to show you? There she goes with her own madness. I guess there's no harm in a little entertainment, though. Brace yourself, kid. I'm not trained in the mysterious craft. All I can do is show you through my cards of fate. Shuffle them for me, Yanni. Sure. Done. One card for the past, one for the present, one for the future. Ooh. Now ask a question, Yanni. What do you want to know about the past? What happened to Lev? What happened to the previous technician? I'm positive the two are linked. I'm positive. If we can find out what happened to the technician, we might be able to find out what happened to Lev. Because whoever took the technician probably took Lev because he was getting too close. But Lev was mad, so trying to figure out what happened to him is more difficult, I believe. So that's what happened to the previous technician. I'd like to know what happened to the previous technician. I believe his name is Son. Why did you ask about him? He kept himself, annoyed a few people, and left. I heard his shift was uneventful. I want to test the cards. Who knows, I might learn something that helps me in my work. The star. His journey ended before it began. He eventually came to a halt soon after. Cold. He didn't achieve his goal. Oh. All his cards said the former technician died during his mission in the city. Ooh. His long pursuit for harmony and perfection and in disarray. He's truly gone. I'm sorry. See? Completely uneventful. Solver! The cards ever found one to be fine and in good health. Ha! Hush. Let's use it a question about the present. Is someone sabotaging the city? Is someone harming people? We know someone's harming people here, but we have to keep this info to ourselves. Is someone harming people here? On the off chance that Lev didn't just venture somewhere and is truly missing, is there someone threatening happens to the city, or others safe? The Empress, she's all that's threatening us with her rules working against the vague laws of nature, disturbing the peace. We either need to fear her or the nature of this place. You will need to choose a side. So many words with so little actual meaning. It must be magic. These cards aren't informative at all. And this surprises you, kid? This is a reading, not an interrogation. The cards won't rephrase the answers just so you make fun of them. And besides, you shouldn't stop the reading before the end. So ask the last question, girl. What awaits us here? What will the weather be? What awaits us here? Tell me what awaits us in this city. Those of us who are stuck here for the true winter. You ask such unspecific questions, then accuse me of generalities. So you get what you ask for, you know. Any excuse will work, it seems. Oh, don't be mad, Laura. I'm only teasing you. You may not believe it, but at least show some respect. Making fun of fate is dangerous. Enough of this already. Let's see the last card and move on to something more cheerful. It's... death? No, let her do it. Put it back. Not that it makes much difference. Here. Hey, it's the Hangman. How did you do that? See, the future is still in motion. Suspected for those willing to take control. The death means it could all in destruction. The old order falling apart with only our ashes left to tell the tale. That's comforting. But the Hanged Man, that would be a wise outsider bringing a solution, honest help, or deadly tricks. Stop foretelling death, Laura. You're constantly yelling about bad fortune loud enough for everyone to hear. It's bad for digestion. I wasn't trying to disturb anyone. It was a private conversation. Yeah, you cone. You know what they say, in the dead season, either a snowflake lands or a thud. Everyone's a bit on edge these days. I'm not on edge, but I wonder what you would do if I started, say, singing at my table, just, privately. Everywhere you go, snow, or wherever you're lost, frost, sing with me. Don't mind them, kid. They bicker, but that's where it ends. Oh, I don't mind. I clearly haven't drunk enough to join in. That's something I can easily fix. Here's my remedy for the dead season. It's not as good as gallons, but it's tastier. Bottoms up. That was an evening, remember? See you all in the morning. Yanni, wait. Laura? Look, I know Isfan told you to investigate Lev's case. He didn't tell me why. He never does. But never mind that. I have something you might need. What is it? There are two things, actually. The first is a bit of information, or rather a warning. You should be wary of the doctor. Huh? What do you mean? Why? I don't know anything more. Where did you get this information? Who told you that? You wouldn't believe me anyway. Just be careful and do not trust him. Death surrounds him. It's in his destiny. What does that mean? Is he going to die, or will be someone close to him? I told you I don't know. Please, I just want to warn you, and to give you this. A key? What does it open? It opens Lev's journal. I bet it opens Lev's journal. Then why are you giving it to me? I saw it fall out of Lev's things. He used to have 2 locked cabinets in his office back when he was still working, as well as a journal with a lock. Nowadays, he only locks his jam cupboard. I thought I should give it to you just in case. Do you want it or not? Yes, thank you, Laura. If I can reciprocate in any way. Chances, what was that? I had no idea. Ancestors. There it goes again. An earthquake or an explosion. But that is impossible. I think it's coming from the main square. We better move. I was getting worried an entire day, and I was no closer to finding Lev. It became more and more evident something must have gone wrong. Was there ever a good reason for a man to disappear from a place that had no way out? But even asking about him was interfering with a balanced system of secrets and personal goals. A system where respecting other people's privacy was the first and important rule of conduct. I can't say that I enjoy disrupting the stagnant routine of the city, if only for a moment. But such small pleasures couldn't make up for the fact that I was a doctor who had just lost his patient, about in a somewhat unconventional way. Oh, okay, so this is from Gallon, okay. That isn't to say I didn't have chances to practice my art, though. How do you feel? Much better now. Thank you, Dr. Gallon. The concoction you gave me had an unusual flavor. May I ask what was in it? It tastes awful, I know. It's an old recipe from back when we used only local plants from the Isles, so you probably wouldn't know them. It's one of the strongest tonics I know. very universal and very useful. It was a pleasure watching you prepare it. You were a very skilled doctor. I wish my teachers felt the same. No, I've simply prepared this so many times I can do it with my eyes closed. Really? And why is that? Most students in the Isles learn tonics first, otherwise they flunk most exams. Partying the night before, you know. I see. Your country sounds like a very nice place to call home. It is, yet most of us choose to spend half our lives traveling. Someone once told me that curiosity is what makes people grow. It inspires us to try and learn new things. Growing as human beings is all very nice, but mostly we crave adventure. Boredom kills us more effectively than wild animals. But I babble about myself while my patient is waiting for a diagnosis. Talking with travelers from distant places is one of my favorite pastimes, Doctor. Listening to, more like. I didn't give you a chance to speak. Anyway, you show symptoms of mild anemia. If nothing serious, a change of diet and something to strengthen your blood should be enough to put you back on your feet. I'm not surprised. It happens to me every year during true winter. The silent season always makes me feel weak and apathetic. I see. Living in the far north is straining even for the natives. I'm guessing you're not from around here, Constance. Oh, I see. It's you who wants to be the listening party now. As a doctor, I need to thoroughly interview my patients. I like the idea, Gallon. So now I'm Gallon. What happened to Doctor? Are we dropping formalities and getting more intimate? I could try that, but my intuition tells me flirting would be art for art's sake. Art and flirting are my favorite pastimes, but I most enjoy flirting with artists. Sculptors do have strong hands. I'm glad there's someone like you to speak, Constance. I have a feeling we'll get along just fine. I think you may need some medication, though, to give your body a helping hand. I found some very noble-looking brandy in one of the cupboards the other day. It should just do the trick. I found alcohol a very effective remedy for ailments of both mind and body. Trust me, I'm a doctor. Life has taught me never to refuse a generous offer from a well-intentioned man. Thank you, Gallon. Perfect, let me get the bottle. Thank you, you come across as quite relaxed and cheerful, Gallon. It makes me forget that everything here must seem strange and new to you, and some things must be problematic, I'm sure. What's your least favorite thing so far? Lack of people, being cut off from the world, the humming of the dome drives me crazy. Well, lack of people. Well, there's a lot of... You can interact with people that's just fine. Being cut off from the world doesn't seem to be a problem. But the humming of the dome, you mentioned that first. When we first started, it was annoying. I hate the constant humming over our heads. It makes my teeth hurt. I want to break things. I didn't realize you were such a violent person, Gallon. Let's hope you wound up going on a killing spree. Yes, well, don't worry. I'm a doctor first, so I won't be following these particular impulses. Glad to hear that. The world doesn't need more violence. I certainly could use some peace-loving people in my life. May I ask why, of all places in this world, you would choose to come to this city? What can I say? I love adventure. I also have a teacher who travels a lot. She made sure to plant the love and change in me. She says being in constant motion, watching the world shift as you go is the best way to learn. I see, so she sent you here to have a learning experience. No, nothing like that. You get to choose our first journey out of the Isles. Actually, Nana Gihad was ambivalent about my plan. She didn't want to let you go. Let me go? Spirits, no. It's not her place to let me do anything. She's my mentor, my teacher, not a slave driver. She was worried that coming to a place so different from what I'm accustomed to would be too much for me. It takes a lot of flexibility to adapt to new circumstances. If you ever feel like you need a hand adapting or testing that flexibility of yours, remember that I'm here for you. Oh, Constance! I appreciate the offer, Constance. I'm flattered, really. If you're offering to have sex with me, you'll have to be more direct about it. Oh! That's another thing about this place. People speak in riddles, and I end up having to depend on my instincts. Your instinct has served you well so far, Gallon. Well then, I'm flattered and uninterested. So it's a no then. Well, that isn't something I hear very often. A pity. Unfortunately, my pupils are gone for the winter as well, so I can't... are gone for the winter as well, so I can't offer you the company of someone more suited to your character. But it may be so old to offer you advice though. Cais may be interested in getting to know you better. Wait. Wait, is this game under the LGBT tag? Is this game under the... I don't know if it is. Hold on. Wait. Is it under the LGBT tag? I don't know. It is! It is! I didn't know that! Yes, I mean... Oh, wait. Oh, there you go again. If you mean... Yes, I mean sex. Really, Gallon. Sibling is not your forte. See, being direct is simple, and it saves time. I can see how people who live for adventure and hate staying in one place for too long can call it haste a virtue. You're right, I can be reckless sometimes. You're patient because beauty takes time. In the way I see it, beauty is what counts the most for you. Many would say that, yes. So it's not actually true. A lady should never reveal all her secrets at once. I'm much more interested in your profession of Kaisa. Seems like a good person. He is hot. He's too sure. What do I think of Kaisa? This one's from Gallon's perspective. He doesn't want to help find love. Because he doesn't think it's that big of a... He didn't think it was that big of a way until he heard Salvo was hysterical. And he's too sure of himself. Let's go, he's too sure of himself. To be honest, his all-knowing attitude is getting on my nerves. I hate people who think they're right all the time. I know what you mean, Gallon. Kaisa can be very opinionated. Do you know what the worst thing about that is? He's usually right. Oh, we'll see who's right now that I've agreed to investigate Lev's disappearance. How exciting! I'll be observing your competition with great interest. This birdie was a fine idea, I must say. It really helps break the ice. Hope I won't get hiccups though. There's no real cure for that, you know. It just has to pass, and I hate waiting. Anyway, friend, I answered your question, and now it's my turn to ask you something. You're speaking with the right person. I try to learn as much as I can about everyone I meet, and I rarely forget a thing. There'll be a time for asking about others. Right now, I'm more interested in hearing your story, Constance. Why did you come to the city? Oh, it was a long time ago. My story is not nearly as interesting as yours. I have little to say about it. Ha! Looks like I found yet another victim of the terrible deal with the infamous bank. Excuse me for a second, I need to get some water. Whatever's in this bottle is nothing like the rum back home. Strange flavor too. How did they do that? Some herb, maybe. Oh, this is much better. What was I saying? You mentioned compacts, Doctor. Oh yeah, the bank thing. So how come you people don't rebel against it? Make it sound so very simple. Well, first, isn't it? I mean, how many gods can they throw you? Or are you simply too afraid to act? This isn't a topic I'm comfortable discussing with you. Come on, Constance. Social spirit. Where's your sense of revenge? Enough! I apologize, Doctor. You obviously meant no harm by asking, but it's a dangerous subject. Spirits, you terrified. You would be scared as well if you knew half the things I do. There cannot and will not be a revolution in the city. Take it as a warning. What's happened to the gracious host happy to answer all my questions? If you truly want to end your adventure prematurely, go on and ask around about rebellion, but leave me out of it. I prefer to leave such foolish nonsense to notions to lore. Thanks, I'll remember that. Ooh. As by rebelling his family, Constance lost her nerve. Huh. Ugh. Spirits, what was that? Are you okay, Constance? Yes, the quake caught me off guard. The noise came from the market. It was loud too. Better go see what happened. God, what's the shaking? Someone's messing with the hot springs. Look, the land hasn't switched to night mode. Something must be off of the system. But what? I don't know, but I have a feeling we'll find out soon enough. Might want to back away. Just to be on the safe side. Feels like the entire city is about to fall apart. What? Oh! Oh my! Oh me, oh my, that's... Oh, it's just completely crumbled. What in Kala was that? Oh no. Is everyone alright? What happened? We're alright. There's been an explosion. One of the lampposts apparently malfunctioned. God, it was terrifying. Is it over? The noise and the shaking stopped immediately afterwards, so yes, I think it's safe to say it's over. The lamp, it looks dead. Do things like this happen often here? Constance? I haven't seen anything like this before. Is anyone hurt? Any scratches or bruises? I feel faint, Doctor. You do look a bit shaken up. You're close to the explosion, so it's understandable. Don't worry, it'll pass. If you feel faint later, visit me and I'll give you something to soothe your nerves. You're probably right. Thank you, Doctor. Please, sit down. So what exactly happened here? What is there to tell? We heard what happened and we can see its effects, Galen. Did anyone see who did this? I can assure you that whoever is responsible for this was likely acting from a distance long before the actual event. That is, if there was a culprit at all. What do you mean by that? The city is old. Accidents like this are more likely to happen as technology ages. That isn't very reassuring. It really isn't, Yanni. Though it does make me wonder how you came to know so much about this technology, Yanni. That's not what I would ask, Doctor. I think I actually caught a glimpse of someone running away from a bunker when we got here. Someone? But there's hardly anyone left in the city. Interesting. Brief moments of heightened stress can make our minds Brief moments of heightened stress can make our minds play tricks on us. We shouldn't rely too much on our memories, Constance. Especially after we had that delicious brandy. So you didn't see anyone, Galen? No, I didn't. I would still prefer to search the area and see if there are traces of anyone's presence. We should take care of the people of the inn first. You'll be needed there too, just in case something strange happens again. I think we should all just go back to our businesses and act normal. We don't want to cause any panic. Whatever the cause, be it sabotage or poor maintenance, the risk of a malfunction of this magnitude happening in the next few days is practically non-existent. Oh no, why'd you say that? I know this may sound difficult for you right now, but for the time being, you should be safe. What makes you think that? The building pressure was most likely caused the explosion found a way out. Even if someone is purposely imbalancing the current, it will take time to cause another incident. Unbalancing the current? What are you talking about? Does anyone know what she's talking about? Yanni's currently an expert on the matter, so it's useful to trust her words. But now, how do you know all this? I'm beginning to think finding the middle of that icy desert is more than just luck. What else can you tell us? Not much right now. I'll examine the site tomorrow. The current is still much too hot to do this safely now. Also, I prefer daylight for that. Daylight? We don't have daylight here. I meant the artificial lighting. Do you think you'll be able to find and fix the cause of the malfunction? I don't really have much choice, do I? If the system fails during true winter, we're all going to die. Oh, such an optimist, Laura. Please don't panic. We all know what we have to do. Let's head back home and let Yanni work. Let Yanni work. Business as usual, people. I agree. Panic and paranoia are the last things we need right now. Actually, this gives me an idea. I was planning to hold a party to properly welcome our new colleagues. Tomorrow seems like a very good time to do that. Finally, a party. That is very thoughtful of you, Constance. Oh, Constance, always the perfect hostess. I like the idea. Very well, I'll search the area, Laura. You better inform Esteban about all this. Galen, you see what's going on at the inn. I'll go with you, Galen. I would like to invite people personally. Welcome to the Jewel of the North, city of parties and random explosions. I can't wait to tell the folks back home all about this. Jewel of the North, Chapter 2. I think this is actually where I'm going to stop for the moment. Because I need to eat something. So, it's our last one. So we saved, quit. So, that has been, well, the prologue and chapter 1. We are now in chapter 2 of Solstice, a mystery visual novel that apparently has LGBT plus tag in it. I did not know that. I did not actually read the tags. I got gifted this game a while back, like a really while back. So that's gonna be it for now. I'll probably come back in like a couple hours after I've eaten, turn my lights on, mess around with all my cords so everything can stay plugged in and charging. But that's it for today. Thank everyone for watching. Have a nice day.